that was the spot.
Frances Harper Dare returns to the place her life changed 5 years ago. July 4th, 2013. The skies were bright and the mood was festive here at Brendon Sunday Park.
My older one, that was 4, was very excited.
Frances and her family arrive at the popular Chesterfield waterfront location to celebrate the 4th of July.
People were coming in from all different directions.
In that same crowd and just feet in front of Frances, a cheerful 7-year-old Brendon Mackey and his family.
She's so excited to see fireworks.
A name Frances had never heard before, but one she was about to remember for the rest of her life.
It's in my head, in my heart every day, but around this time of year, it always sneaks up a little bit more.
You know, when you're here to celebrate the 4th of July, you have the unimaginable happen, and this is where it happened.
Yards from where the Hopkins Elementary rising 3rd grader was eager to watch the fireworks.
I heard like a small pop, but we thought it was fireworks. And we thought maybe he just fell or...
He would collapse before ever getting there with his father and aunt by his side. They would relive that night in the days and years to follow.
I was right there when we was walking to the fireworks show, when he was walking right beside me, and when he fell to the ground and, you know, was struck in the head.
When we saw the blood, I just knew.
There was someone right there next to him and said there's no pulse.
Frances, a registered nurse, ran to help.
There was blood in several different places. You know, I took a pulse, was no pulse. I immediately started CPR compressions.
So I knew right then that he'd been shot.
Brendon would later die at the hospital. Police believe the bullet was the product of celebratory gunfire. And it was Frances who would be asked to make the difficult call to Brendon's mother.
And I just said I did everything that I could. But your son took a hard fall.
Mom Marie Harris less than a week after hearing those words.
My son is gone at 7 years old. He was just a baby. He didn't deserve this at all.
You know, a bullet has somewhere that it has to land, and there's nothing more tragic about where this one did.
Corporal Detective Johnny Capicelli is part of Chesterfield's Unsolved Major Investigations Group.
This is where Brendon Mackey was found with a gunshot to his head.
His team has been closely examining every detail of this case for the last several months.
The investigation to this point has included interviews far beyond the neighborhood of Brendon.
While investigators still don't know who fired that fatal shot, they do know that the weapon used held a .40 caliber bullet, or a 10mm round, and was shot from as far away as 7,100 feet. And they are actively getting leads and say they will solve this case.
We're going to continue to knock on doors. We're going to continue to monitor the phones. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that the Mackey family and this community knows that we're not going to stop.
It was that larger tree.
While this mother of 2 may never be able to attend a fireworks celebration again, what pains her most is what Brendon Mackey won't be able to do because of a decision that was made July 4th, 2013.
It was a young boy that lost his life. It was a young boy that will never finish school, grow up, get married, nothing. I wish I could have done more. I wish the person that shot that gun just comes forward. They owe that to Brendon. They owe that to the family. They owe it to this whole community.
Last year, Chesterfield police responded to 3 calls of gunfire compared to 7 the night of Mackey's death, and they will be out in full force tomorrow. Brendon's law went into effect a year after the tragedy, making celebratory gunfire resulting in injury a felony. If you have any information in this case, you are asked to call Crime Solvers. You could receive up to a $1,000 reward if it leads to resolution in the case. Working for you, Laura French, CBS 6 News.